we're out here off Socoa Gap, and we wanted to introduce you to the two people in front of me that are part of this team. So, first of all, on the left, you. Who are you? And tell us who you are.
So I'm Vanish. I'm the van support third of this team.
Okay, and you are.
I am Buzz. I'm one of the hikers.
All right, cool. So, Vanish, tell me about yourself.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, where do you start, right? I know, I get it, but
So Buzz and I have been married for coming up on 27 years,
wow.
and probably about 5 years ago we decided we wanted to hike the AT,
Right.
and
Cool.
we did a lot of training hikes. And now that, and every year that we think, well, we're going to do it this coming summer, something would come up and we wouldn't do it. Well, this year we finally said this is the year, and then my knees said, no, you're not. So I have severe arthritis in both knees, so that's why I'm not hiking.
All right. And okay, so you're not hiking, you're just going to provide support, so you're still part of the team.
Right. That way I get to be part of the experience.
Cool. All right. So, where are you from, Vanish?
I'm not. So my dad was in the military.
Oh,
right?
so you've been around.
I've been around. I've lived in 5 different states. But
Okay, that knot is a little different than the knot of like you didn't exist. Okay.
no. So we currently live in Southern California.
Right.
Yeah. We live in Los Angeles.
But Buzz, where are you from?
Originally, I'm from Houston, Texas. I was born and raised in Houston. Went to college in Texas, and then went to Washington D.C. for a little while after graduating. Then made my way down to Southern California to San Diego. Spent 3.5 years in San Diego, and then made my way up to Los Angeles. And it was in Los Angeles where Vanish and I met, and we got married.
Right. So, Vanish, tell me a little bit about your work and career background.
I was a software developer for 25-ish years.
Didn't you work for Disney at some point?
Yeah, when I was doing software.
Yeah.
I worked for a big consulting company called Anderson Consulting. Well, they're now Accenture. And when I was with Anderson, I got staffed at Disney, and then I ended up quitting Anderson and then working for Disney for a while.
Right. Right. And your career background.
Yeah. Well, I worked for the U.S. Navy for several years before taking a job at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory. I worked on many of the planetary missions that are out there, finishing my career basically working on the Mars sample return mission planning.
Okay, so when people joke about you being a rocket scientist, they're really not far off.
Not too far.
All right, cool. And what do you expect to get from this hike? Do you have a goal, or just is it general, or I mean, what is your thoughts on that?
Well, I think it's personal satisfaction, the knowledge that I've done it. I mean, you can't go into this doing it for somebody else. You got to do it for yourself, and it's really a thing that I've wanted to do for years. Basically, when I was working at JPL and I'm sitting at my desk, my screensaver is a picture of the forest and of the streams and of the nature. And working in planetary exploration really gives you an appreciation of the planet that we're on. And as a result, this is my opportunity to see as much of it as I can. And I've really, basically always wanted to hike the AT. And now it's coming to fruition.
All right, and in a previous video, we mentioned about your heart issues. Would you mind sharing what is your age now, Buzz?
I am 64.
So you're one of the older hikers.
Except for you.
Oh, except for me. Yeah.
Well, my situation is that I had, a career, a family, kids, and all these responsibilities that I had to complete, and now I'm retired, and I'm able to do these things that I have put in abeyance for so many years. This is being one of them.
Okay, so you've removed those challenges, and that allowed you or enabled you to do the hiking. Are there any other challenges that you're facing other than your heart issue that you are dealing with?
Well, as you get older, we all have physical issues. I have physical issues that I've gathered up over many, many years of living. Not the least of which is a heart issue. I have issues with my feet that are my canaries on this trail. They're the things that hurt the most. My legs, I believe I've gotten my trail legs now, but I think it's my feet that I have the most trouble with.
Well, you've done a lot of training too.
I have done some training, but some of those things are challenges that you have to overcome.
Right. And any other thoughts on this, Vanish?
Yeah, so for me, I'm really enjoying the drives because this whole part of the country is just absolutely gorgeous. Yesterday, I lose track of the days. Day before yesterday, the drive up to Wyabald was just phenomenal because you're driving along the Nantahala River. Hey, I got it right.
Yeah.
And up the side of the mountain there, it was just so gorgeous. So yeah, that's what I'm enjoying doing.
Right.
And whenever I can, if it's a nice sunny day, I'll go for a little walk with the guys at the beginning of their hike and get a little walk in, then come back to the van and ice my knees.
Yeah.
And your experience?
Well, in my experience, that I really am so grateful for Vanish to provide the support that she does, because being an old guy, it's a very daunting exercise to try to do an unsupported hike, and this has just been a wonderful experience to be able to do it this way.
Right. And more importantly, what are you holding in your hand?
A beer.
Because every time they come off trail, there's a cold beer waiting for
Right.
them.
And that is why we're called the Diamond Blazers, is a step above platinum, because we get a cold beer and a hot meal. Any other thoughts on the hike from either of you?
Oh, so one thing we've learned is to have a checklist for both evening and morning, because the guys keep forgetting to charge their batteries and turn on their Garmin. One time Chase left his Garmin in the van and it went with me down to Cleveland, Georgia, so when you looked at the map, it was funny.
Again, we're old. What about you, Buzz? Any other comments?
Only that, even though there are physical challenges and it's very, very, at times they get off the trail and you're so tired and your feet hurt or your legs hurt or something hurts, the next morning it's the thought that you got to get up and do it again. And it's daunting.
That's what gets you going.
it's both daunting and exhilarating to know that there's more trail to go down.
The challenge.
The challenge of the trail.
Yeah, I get it.
And the satisfaction of overcoming personal challenges.
I want to thank you for the channel, letting people know who you are, and it was great answers, and I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.